So this is the exact same duplex as the Valley and Old Glory, just a little bit smaller. It's identical or very close to that one we did on Cedar. So they're both the same. It's just this one square foot wise a little bit smaller than the last couple we've done. I think that'll keep the rent just slightly lower in here, which I think will help them rent up a little bit faster. I think when we underwrote them, we underwrote these at the same rent per month as like the other ones on the street. Now the ones on the street are bigger, but they're obviously much older and much more run down. And so, but at least when you look, you'll see the same rent prices, and you get a larger old rundown one, or you get a brand new construction new one for the same price. These will all be 2 bedroom, 1 bath, and I can't remember exactly, but I think they're a little bit over. They're a little bit less than 700 square feet, so 650 or 695 square feet, something like that. Small little kitchen area, living room, and you got full laundry room, full bathroom, and 2 bedrooms. I don't know, but I kind of think the single story ones might lease a little bit faster. I personally don't love stairs, like having a 2 story house. I prefer to have a 1 story if given the opportunity, especially for the same price point. I think it just comes down to like the rent price amount, and then the like kind of like the bedroom count stuff is a big deal for people. So these obviously, like a 2 bedroom, 1 bath, will be competing with apartments kind of. These ones don't have back doors, and so it's just the front door. And since there's no back door, I don't know that we'll do the fence yards on these ones. I like to do the fence yards whenever it makes sense. But again, I look at it like it's convenience for somebody with a pet. Usually these smaller units can attract people with pets, but if there's no like backyard, if you got to go out the front yard all the way around the back and then open the gate, like I'd almost rather just walk the dog on a leash. And so I'll just talk to Ryan. I'm not 100% sure what the plans are, but I don't know that we necessarily need to do fenced yards on these ones. And if you look, there's like this whole neighborhood. Not one of these has a fenced yard on them. It just doesn't have the space for it with the layout. So we could have done a side. I think on Valley and maybe Old Glory, we had like a side door. But this plan just doesn't have it.
Do you think that'll affect renting at all?
I mean, I don't think so. Again, I think it's we're gonna find out, but I think it's I think for this area, this will be a pretty affordable unit. So I'm hoping that'll help. Yeah, so on this street right here, it's 4 duplexes. It'll be 8 units total. We're building all of these for a turnkey provider. And so again, the goal will be get these done as quickly as possible and then get them leased up. Once they get them leased up, they'll sell them to one of their investor clients, and it's looking to buy something that's just a turnkey, ready to go rental property with tenants already in place. We could build that 3 1.5 here that's got like a back door with a deck and a fenced backyard and stuff like that. But in order to build that nicer unit here, we'd have to be able to get that higher rent. And so if we thought we could build that nicer unit with the fenced in backyard and the back door and a little deck back there and stuff, we definitely would. But that would we'd have to be at like a $1,500, $1,600 a month rent for that unit to make sense here. And my concern is yes, that'd be a nicer unit probably for people. But my concern is we wouldn't be able to hit that rent in this neighborhood because people that are looking in this neighborhood are really looking for affordability. So it's just this weird like fine line. We're trying to like make the nicest units we can, but still keep them as affordable as possible. So like in that case, that means this one not having like the fenced in backyard, not having a backyard with a deck and stuff like that. It just doesn't make sense at this price point.
Benefit, or you like one more than the other, having slab versus crawl space as a investor?
I've done both. I mean, slabs when they're done right are very low maintenance and last really well. And even if, like, God forbid, somebody spills a bunch of water, you have a leak or something like that, you really can't ruin the slab. Same thing with crawl spaces. When they're done right, they generally don't have any problems and are fine. But in older houses, I have seen issues with crawl spaces when you get like moisture problems and they're not properly ventilated underneath, where it can cause like dry rot damage and stuff. So it's like if given my choice out of the two on the older house, I definitely pick a slab over a crawl space. But on the newer ones, it doesn't really bother me anyway.
Like, do tenants have access?
No, just because we don't want to fill it out with junk, probably, and because you go all the way under both units. We have single family houses, so we have some nicer single family houses that we built down on Mountain Vista last year that have under the house storage. I'm sure we gave the tenants access to that so they could store stuff under there if they want to, but like in these duplex units, I doubt they'll get access to underneath them.
if you're building like a custom home to sell, Chase, like would most people finish that out or would they just leave it?
It depends on the situation. So like again, if I was going to build a house on a slope, like I would definitely, and it was a house for me, like I would definitely consider doing a walkout basement. Say it turns into like kind of a split to the rear type thing, but I think it's worth doing if the space is there. So you got like we got this big old ramp going to the front porch there, and so it looks like it's really high up in the air. But it'll be really easy. And again, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm assuming they're going to come and backfill some of that with dirt, so that like you'll have a slope that actually comes back up to the house. That way water will come fall away from the duplex and go around. And so like by the time the yard's all graded out, the final grades put in, there it shouldn't be like the front yard will literally be almost level with that porch, if not close to being level with it. The city required us to build it up higher than the curb elevation. So they don't always, I guess they're all supposed to be like that, but that doesn't always happen. So we've got the job site reports. We've gotten like much better with accounting systems, keep track of all the, that's the biggest thing, keep track of the expenses for each one have to be tracked completely separately. There can't be any crossover. We're using Asana for project management. We're switching over to Builder Trend, which is supposed to be a little bit more robust project management software, which should further simplify everything. So it's just kind of having systems and then help with technology and things like that to keep track of everything. And full-time project manager where he's, that's all he's doing full-time is keeping track and tabs on all these different jobs. I guarantee you they're all rental properties on this street. So we've had zero issues. On other places we've gone in to build new construction next to homeowners and we've had serious issues with them getting upset just that we're clearing the land next to their house even though it doesn't belong to them. So, but no issues here.
2 nuggets of wisdom to leave people with. I'd like one in the current market. If you were gonna like, it's currently 2025 and like final quarter of the year, something you're seeing in the real estate market or like word of encouragement, what would you tell an investor right now?
I mean, I think investing right now is hard. I think the market's slow, and so I think because of that, now's a good time to be kind of in the game. As long as you're being smart about what you're doing, there's way less competition now than there was a couple years ago. So like, I feel like a couple years ago, there was like multiple offers on everything, and there's all this competition. Like a lot of that's gone. A lot of the like real estate investors have like come and gone. They're no longer real estate investing. They're off to doing something else now. So I think if you're interested in real estate investing and you're doing it to grow long-term wealth through real estate, I think now is a great time to get started because there's never been, or there's not a lot of competition right now compared to a couple years ago. So I'd say still jump in there and get started. But the biggest thing is just getting started.
Regardless of the market, like say somebody's watching this like 5 years from now and the market's completely changed. Is there like a timeless real estate investing advice?
I don't know about timeless. I think back to the same thing. I think you just gotta, like, if you haven't done any deals and you want to invest in real estate, I think it's just, you got to figure out where to start, and then the hardest part is just getting started. So just get started, do your first deal. I know some of the deals that we're doing right now, some of the stuff I'm buying or building right now, like it's hard because it just doesn't make as much sense. It doesn't cash flow as well as it did a couple years ago. It's just harder to make it work. But at the same time, any properties that I'm buying or building right now in 5 years, I don't think I'm going to be upset that I own. And it's been like that for a long time. There's been properties that I bought and rehabbed or whatever that like just straight up didn't go well, or we were way over budget, or it was more work than we thought it was going to be. And like at the time, like it wasn't a good deal. And we couldn't sell it, or we were in way over budget. We couldn't pull money back out of it or whatever. But I think with real estate investing, like time heals a lot of that. So I think over the span of 5 or 10 years, I don't think people are going to be upset that they bought old real estate as long as they bought it well. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you have any interest in build to rent here in Central Arkansas, shoot me a message.